All right, so a reflexive sentence is a sentence where the subject and the object of the sentence are identical, okay? What does that mean? All right, so just to give you an example in English, okay? I write a letter, okay? The verb in this sentence is the word write, okay? The subject is I, okay, because you're the one doing the action. Letter is the object. Specifically, it's a direct object, but for now, it's an object, okay? This is not, I'm going to do a sad face, this is not a reflexive sentence because the subject and the object are different, all right? Now, I take a bath, okay? The verb in this sentence is actually a verb phrase, taking a bath. That is the whole verb, okay? Some people would call it a compound verb, some people would call it a verb phrase, okay? The subject of the sentence, who is doing the bathing? I am, okay? Whom is receiving the bath? Well, I'm also receiving the bath in addition to doing the bath, okay? So this is, I'm gonna draw a happy face. This is a reflexive sentence because the subject and the object are the same thing, okay? Now, in Spanish, en español, reflexive sentences are identified slightly differently because we focus mainly on the verb, okay? So that the verb in Spanish to take a bath is bañarse, okay? Oops, forgot the ñ, okay? Bañarse. All reflexives in Spanish end in se, okay? The se, when you see that at the end of a verb, all right, you will automatically know that it's a reflexive, okay? Now, when it comes to reflexive sentences en español, you're still dealing with the whole subject and object are the same. But, okay, obviously since we're dealing with verb conjugation, there are some added steps. And so what we do in Spanish, always, 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 1,000 times always, is you take the se and you move it to the front, okay? Then you change it depending on the subject, okay? And if you recall from Español Uno, we have our little verb tree here, okay? And let me see if I can get some of this glare to, kind of disappear, okay? You have your little verb thing here, all right? Yo, tú, él, ella, usted, ellos, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes, okay? So if your subject is yo, the se goes to the front and it changes to me. If your subject is tú, the se goes to the front and becomes te. If your subject is nosotros, the se goes to the front and becomes nos. If your subject is vosotros, the se goes to the front and becomes os, okay? Now here's the fun part. If your subject is él, ella, usted, ellos, ellas, ustedes, you take the se, you move it to the front, and you just leave it alone. So it becomes se, okay? Now, all you're left with is a regular AR verb, the verb bañar, okay? And you would just conjugate it the way you conjugate a normal AR verb. So if you look at the PowerPoint slide for chapter 5, which I uploaded to Brightspace, it's this exact one here, okay? If you want to say I take a bath in Espanol, it's me baño, because remember, you take the se, you move it to the front, it becomes me, and then bañar is just a regular AR verb. So, o, as, a, amos, ais, an. All right, so you take a bath in the tu form, tú te bañas, okay? Él, ella, usted, because you take the se, you move it to the front, and you just leave it as se baña, okay? The nosotros form goes to the front, becomes nos. The AR ending is amos, so nos bañamos, okay? The vosotros form goes to the front, becomes os, all right? And the ending is AIS with an accent, so os bañáis. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes, okay? It just remains se, you move it to the front, and your ending is AN. So se bañan, all right? Hopefully this helps a little. There is more to it, and I will record un poquito más to kind of help along with that, okay?